The CBC that I want to see is one that puts news and public affairs at the heart of its core competence. I think a country like Canada, huge, diverse, lots of competing and conflicting sometimes societies trying to live together, needs a public broadcaster as part of its national conversation with itself. And I also think that a country like Canada, given its size and its place in the world and its need to deal with the world and not be an isolated place next door to its huge neighbor, needs a better understanding of the international scene. And I think having a public broadcaster news service that has solid international coverage is of vital importance. What gets lost a lot of the time in the time that I worked at CBC, 30 years or more, is that in the search for an audience, often changing fashions and changing advice from consultants and reform study groups have led to changing ideas of what we should put on. We should put on more crime, we should put on less crime, we should put on more parliament, we should put on less parliament. But I think really the principles of journalism have not changed in a couple of hundred years. I think Julius Reuter, who revolutionized journalism with the use of homing pigeons, would quite easily recognize the dilemmas we're seeing now with the social media, Twitter and Facebook, and all of the instant reporting that can happen and reporting by civilian journalists. I think that would be very recognizable, and I think that we mustn't lose sight of what journalism is really about. It's about information, it's getting accurate information, it's getting information in a timely fashion, beating the competition, we always hope, and it's about making it interesting. And I think a public broadcaster that is largely free from the commercial imperative and the political imperative that happens with so many state broadcasters is an important part of the country that I want Canada to be, and I want the CBC to be that public broadcaster.